So this is not a task to checkmate, although if you can queen the pawn and checkmate in a minute, good for you. So the challenge here is to queen the pawn, and I'll show you how not to do it. How not to do it is to leap forward with the pawn. The kings will come together, and now we've got what I call a pawn sandwich, and a pawn sandwich is a draw. We move to the side, and the black king maybe has to go backwards, and we come forwards and check, and a pawn sandwich again, but the king has to go back again. King goes straight back. And you might think that white's making loads of progress here, but when you get to the edge of the board, this is the most important position in king and pawn endings, and you should know it absolutely backwards. That if you get to this position with white to move, it's a draw. If you have to move the pawn forward with check, it's a draw, because the only way to hang on to the pawn is to give a stalemate. Always worry about your opponent's moves, especially if they don't have one. So that's a draw, rather sadly, and it's because we made this pawn sandwich. The way to avoid a pawn sandwich is not to move the pawn first. So instead of e4, we're going to take that move back, and we're going to play instead king to d2. Now the black king has to give way one way or the other. If it moves backwards, we'll chase it. If it moves to the side, we'll take the side. So king d6, king f5, that's the way that works. If the king comes forward, we'll check it, so the king goes backwards, and we'll take this opposition again. We'll move opposite the enemy king, and it has to give way. King to d6, king maybe come forward, or we can move our pawn forward, and again, that's probably about enough. Now I think you might recognise if you move the pawn forward now, we get into that important position that is a draw. So we move the kings opposite, we take the opposition, and the king has to give way, and now we take the side, and we're going to queen the pawn. That all makes sense? Really important that you get to learn that and understand it. And but when you think you've got the hang of it, come and challenge us, and off we go.